beautiful day to be a Raider. Draped in the silver and black. I represent the shield. I represent the swords. It's that time of night again, Raider Nation. And you've come back. Why? Because it's time. It's time to bring them.
What's up, Raider Nation? I'm the Commish, coming to you live from Hardcore Challenge Live Studios. Deep behind the enemy line. This is Raider Reaction. And how good does it feel, Raider Nation, to wake up on a Monday morning 1-0? How good does it feel? You know how good it feels. I know how good it feels, because that's how damn good I felt this morning. Not only that, I survived a hurricane through the night. You know, besides that and the 0-1. Those were two reasons I felt great this morning. So, what is up? Now, before we get into the show, I want to take a brief second, and I do not want to, us at Raider Reaction, the ReACTIon team, do not want to look past the fact that today is 9/11. So we would like to take a brief, quick moment of silence for victims of 9/11. And we'll move on with the show. We do not want to forget, just, take a second to look back on that, because obviously it was a day in history. So, moving on. I don't ever like to spend much time on stuff like that. So, but, things need to be remembered. Glorious day. Glorious day. I said it. No way, no how we were going to lose in Tennessee. No way, no how. And no way, no how did we lose in Tennessee. They were lucky it was close. Could have been way worse. But I'm not going to get into all that tonight, because that's your Tuesday treat. You get a solid hour with the Commish of the Raider Nation Report. And now that we're in season, you get an extra special Raider Nation Report on Tuesdays. So make sure you tune in tomorrow as I dig through an entire hour of Silver and Black. Everything from week 1, as well as start touching on stuff going into week 2. But make sure you tune in tomorrow. Now tonight, as we do every Monday, and now, since we're in season, Mondays are going to be an even more a special treat, because it's going to be right around halftime of your Monday Night Football game that you are going to get Goes to the Post with Prime and the Commish, as we drop back deep in the pocket and let it fly league-wide, touching on all the hot league topics. Tell you what, we have to squeeze in. We got Prime joining me as he does every Monday and Wednesday. A ring announcer for pro MMA and boxing. PA announcer for professional soccer. Play-by-play and color commentary for college basketball and college football, as well as the vice president of the Hardcore Challenge. And he's joining us again on Monday with now a full slate of games laid out before us. What's up, Prime?
What's going on, Commish? I cannot believe it. It was a fantastic Sunday. I don't care. Football is back. I'm so happy. I tell you what, there were a lot of losers on Sunday. Couple losers tonight. But you know who all wins? We do. We all win. That's right, because football is back.
Damn right. Football is back. It was great just to sit down. I mean, hey, I've got supposedly this massive hurricane crawling up me, and I'm just like, it's football. I don't care. I was sitting there watching football Sunday. Could nothing dampen my spirits, man. Football was here. And watching the boys play was great. Great game.
Oh yeah. It's a good win by the Raiders right there. Beast mode showing he's still got the beast inside. Oh, man, the Titans not looking so good. Couldn't get that offense rolling.
No, they couldn't either. They just could not get it moving, man. They were really lucky that the Raiders' offense sputtered a little bit at points because it could have been a really, really ugly game. It could have got away from them, honestly. Well, let's start back at the beginning of the week, Prime. Let's rewind it all the way back to Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
Kansas City, New England.
Yep, first game of the year. All I heard was how New England was just gonna roll, and I drank some of that Kool-Aid. See, when I was calling that game, actually, I thought the game was in Kansas City, but it was actually in New England. And lo and behold, that is the 7th loss at home for the Brady Belichick era. The 7th.
Yes.
Loss. And that was a thorough beatdown.
That was a beatdown.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I kept saying that the Patriots are not going to come out and be the team that everybody thinks they're going to be this year. I kept saying it. So now everybody thinks the Chiefs world's beaters. And I'm telling you, they beat a team that's not as damn good as everybody thinks they are.
Did Tom Brady look 40 years old to you? Because he looked 40 years old to me. Tom Brady looked like an old man out there. There were times he was throwing short, he was throwing long. He couldn't hit the broadside of a barn.
How many times? Rewind every damn episode for the last several months. And I've been saying, I don't care. It happens in a second. Just happened to Peyton Manning. One year we were talking about he was the greatest cerebral quarterback in the history of the game. The next year he had a dead arm and was a bum. That's how quick it happens, man. Father Time is undefeated, and he just snatches abilities away from you when you start to get that old. And I don't care who the hell
But what if you change your diet? What if you change your diet, eat nothing but prunes and juice, and then you get special Superman pajamas?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can prolong it, but at some point, it catches up to you. At some point, man. At some point.
Yeah. Yeah, so Tom Brady came out, looked like a mortal man. Kansas City, Spencer Ware got hurt, and they got that rookie. I mean, I know you don't like to talk about the Queefs, but you got to call the game as it is. That rookie running back.
Kareem Hunt blew it up. He was a fantasy juggernaut.
Oh, my God. Him and Tyreek Hill.
Yes.
Him and Tyreek Hill just went to town. If you had them on your fantasy squad, oh, my gosh. Even if you had captain check down Alex Smith, he had a good day. Like, that Patriot defense, once they lost their linebacker, I forget his name, but once they lost that linebacker, he was the only person anyone had to worry about on that defense, and they just looked so soft and lost and confused that they couldn't even hang out. I mean,
it was a thorough beatdown. It was a whipping, and it was.
I got big ups to Andy Reid, because no matter who he's coaching, Andy Reid is a good coach. Now, he hasn't been able to win the big one. He hasn't won the championship. He's been there, but he hasn't won it.
I like what you said. You phrased that perfectly. He is a good coach.
He's a good coach.
Great. Good.
Well, you got to be. There's a difference. There's a few exceptions, Dan Marino, where you can be great, yet still haven't won the big one.
True.
There are exceptions, but for the most part, you got to win the big one to be great. Period. To be great.
I agree. Oh, you can't. That's why I have a hard time sticking Marino, even that he gets in the great category because of his stats, but it's hard to stick him in the very, very top tier. The very, very the Joe Montanas, the Tom Brady's, the Terry Bradshaws, guys that have won multiple quarterbacks. Dare I even say Jim Plunkett? Guys that have went in and won multiple quarterbacks in a Super Bowl, in the playoffs.
Troy Aikman.
I mean, some of those guys discuss
Aikman's not great.
Name, but
Aikman's not great. I don't care. I know he won 3 Super Bowls, whatever. Aikman's not great. I don't care. Winning the big one doesn't make you great.
Winning the big one makes you great. If you're the freaking quarterback, it makes you great.
Trent Dilfer's not great.
Defensive tackling, you got 5 rings. I don't
Troy
care.
Aikman's not great.
You got 5 rings and you're a quarterback. You got 3 rings and you're a quarterback. You got 4 rings and you're means something to me.
Peyton Manning in his second Super Bowl was not great, but he's great from his body of work. But anyway.
Yes, true. Yes.
Don't get me started on wrong way, Elway. Oh.
Now, hold on. Now I seen Jukebox allude to a proclamation that Prime made. However, he had the proclamation all wrong. So I have to now we talked about the proclamation that Prime made before the show. Jukebox had like one of the names right and the last name wrong, and he was off. But let's jump to that game. That is the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans. Now, Prime had made a proclamation several times, and right around after the draft, that Deshaun Watson would play and would see action before Week 4, and that he would be most likely the starter. But his proclamation was that he would see action and they would go to him before Week 4.
Yep.
Week 1.
Yep.
It didn't
by
take
halftime.
Halftime sucked it up enough.
At the half.
That Prime's proclamation came true in Week 1. So I got to give it up to Prime. Nice job.
Thank you. I mean, anyone could have called it, you know.
My God, you got to relish in it.
Well, yeah. So apparently, Bill O'Brien had enough of Tom Savage because, well, Savage wasn't Savage AF. You know what I'm saying? So, in fact, he got benched. They couldn't move the ball. He got sacked. The Jacksonville Jaguars had 10 sacks in one game. 10 sacks.
They changed their hashtag Saxonville on their
Saxonville.
Come on, man. It's the Texans.
Right. Hey, I tell you what. You get 10 sacks? You get 10 sacks? Oh, yeah. You are right, my man. Can't forget about Doug Williams. Doug Williams, 2-time champion there. Washington Redskins.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, no, man. And 4 of them by Calais Campbell. So, that was all right. Now, I don't mean to
looked bad, man. As a whole, Houston looked bad. To come in and freaking rolled over by Jacksonville.
But Jacksonville, if there's been one team the past 3 seasons that people are like, oh, you know who could be good? It could be Jacksonville. Jacksonville could come around. That defense is not bad. That defense is actually pretty good. Well, if they can get any kind of consistent decency out of Blake Bortles,
he took a big hit, though, man. Losing Allen Robinson basically, like, right out of the gate. That was...
Yeah. But, what's the running back's name?
Fournette.
Yeah, Fournette, Leonard Fournette. Man, he had 100 yards on the day. His rookie debut.
He looked good. He looked like exactly what you thought he was going to be, man. They're going to hand him the ball and pound him, man. They're going to pound him all day long. You've seen exactly what they're going to be. And they didn't look bad, you know. They did their thing in Week 1, so we'll see. We'll see if they continue. All right, jumping back over into the into the AFC East. A battle of what looked was going to be cellar dwellers in the NFC East between the Jets and the Bills, but the Bills all of a sudden are sitting in first place.
Well,
East all alone after Week 1.
Sitting in first place. All right, Miami had a Week 1 bye.
Hey,
all right.
Stats are stats, man. They're in first.
New England got, oh my gosh, embarrassed. And the Jets they're still the Jets. But I'm still going to say I don't know who the worst team in football. I don't think it's the Jets. I don't think it's the Jets.
I don't know. Did you watch any of that game? Because I watched some of that game, and it was really, really bad.
Yeah.
I mean, other than LaShawn McCoy looked pretty good. He looked good. Other than that, I wouldn't give any gold stars.
No. Tyrod Taylor, he was average, and he came back from the concussion and stuff, so that was good, but
yeah,
the
they got
Colts, that's right.
Yeah,
The worst team in the NFL, minus Andrew Luck, is the Colts.
He was 16 for 28 for 2 touchdowns, 224. So Tyrod Taylor did okay. But LaShawn McCoy going over 100 yards, going for 110. He was the big guy. Other than that, I mean, you had Matthews for 2 receptions for 61 yards. That was your biggest guy receiving. So it was LaShawn McCoy setting up most of the game. And McCown.
Yeah.
He's McCown. What the hell? What the hell did you expect? He's freaking Josh McCown.
McCoy still had about 110 yards of offense.
Yeah. So. LaShawn McCoy did all right. He had a good day.
Because he's a baller, dude. LaShawn McCoy is a baller. It's a damn shame that he's up there in Buffalo.
It's a waste of talent to be in a Buffalo.
Yeah.
Bill. Being a Buffalo Bill is a waste. It's like I'm sorry.
Wow. All right. Maybe I went a little overboard, but I'm pretty sure that Bruce Smith, Jim Kelly, Thurman Thomas, Andre Reed, they don't.
I'll give you 4 years out of their entire franchise that they had to run, and they had greatness. Other than those 4 years, they have sucked and been irrelevant.
They had a couple years with Doug Flutie. They had Flutie Flakes. And who was it? Like Rob Johnson tried to come in. Was that his name? Quarterback, looked like a surfer.
Yes,
anyway.
USC. Yes. No. Kiddie table. That's a kiddie table team right there. I'm sorry.
So, all right.
That's a kiddie table.
Dr. Pepper.
Right. I hate when my comments get stuck. Okay. So, Bills won. They're in first place for week 1. I don't have much else to say about that game. Moving on.
Yep.
Atlanta, Chicago.
Did Chicago come that close to beating Atlanta?
That's what I got 2 takeaways from that game. Did Chicago look that good? Or did the Falcons look that crappy? That's what I take away from that game. Because you can't tell me the Bears all of a sudden are that good because you stuck Glennon in there. And they lost White again.
Again. The guy missed like all of last year. He is literally all he does is get hurt.
All I heard was that this is going to be the year that this kid, you're going to see him this year. You're going to see this White kid. And they're talking like, now they're just hoping God hopes not season the injury again.
Yep.
God, you gotta be kidding me. But, yeah, the Falcons did not look stellar. They looked...
No, I mean, Julio Jones had like 60 yards receiving.
Yeah,
I mean Hooper, the tight end, had the day of his life, though. What's that?
Matt Ryan still threw well over 300 yards passing, so it's not like they weren't moving the ball. But
yeah, I mean, the tight end was going wild. Hooper, they couldn't find one of the biggest dudes on the field running down the field. They couldn't find him. And Hooper scores, has 120 yards receiving, has the day of his life.
Well, McCoy is the best back in football. I don't know about that. He's a good back. I don't know about the best back in football.
Someone said McCoy's the best back in football?
Yeah, I don't know if I'd give him the best back in football. I'd say he's a top 10 back.
I'd say he's a top 5. I
don't know.
Real quick, let's break it down. Le'Veon Bell, Ezekiel Elliott, David Johnson. LaShawn McCoy.
Ingram, maybe.
Mark Ingram? Nah, the running back in
Murray?
Tennessee is
DeMarco
huh?
Murray? DeMarco Murray?
DeMarco Murray. Yeah.
So I'd say he's top 10. I don't know if he's top 5.
Yeah,
I
he's
said
top
top
7.
10. Top
Top
10's
7.
good.
Yeah.
That's between
I don't know.
10 and 5. That's where he lands. Would you take him up? Would you take him or DeMarco Murray?
Who? LaShawn McCoy or DeMarco Murray?
DeMarco Murray.
Oh, I'm taking LaShawn McCoy.
Over DeMarco Murray. Well, then maybe he's
Over
a top
DeMarco
5.
Murray.
I don't know.
Sorry.
He's a good running back. He's a solid running back. But he's all
baller,
they got.
dude. He's a game changer, and he is all they got. Tyrod Taylor is normal. He is average.
Yeah, that's all they got. So, Atlanta, I didn't think Atlanta looked good coming out as the team that's supposed to come back for redemption.
They'll look better at home. They'll look better at home.
All dome teams look better at home.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, with their mechanical butthole stadium. It's a nice shiny one though.
That's not a bad call. You see this? Let's see. David Johnson, number 1. Le'Veon Bell, number 2. Ezekiel Elliott, number 3. Number 4, LaShawn McCoy. Number 5, Howard, Murray, Ajayi. You know,
I see. There we go.
Group of dudes.
He had time to think about it a little more than me. Put me on the spot there. But yeah,
that's pretty spot on.
See? But he's got Shady up there at 4. So
yeah, I gotta agree. I do. I really think LaShawn McCoy is top 5.
I'm talking about a couple spaces is all I'm putting. I don't know if I'm putting him in top 5. I put him in top 10 for sure. So I'd have to sit down and put it on paper though. See where but yeah. He's definitely a top 10 running back. He's a talented guy. Don't get me wrong. I think he's starting to get towards the downhill a little bit. So moving on to Baltimore, Cincinnati. Somebody forgot to tell Cincinnati that it wasn't preseason anymore.
Oh my gosh. To be shut out at home.
In your home
at home.
Yeah.
I mean, Cincinnati. They got weapons.
By the Red Rifle. 3.
Yeah. That Ravens defense, ladies and gentlemen. You've heard it before. It's been a little while, but that Raiders defense picking up the pace and shutting out A.J. Green.
Yeah, the Ravens looked good. I had the Ravens D in fantasy as well. They scored me 29 points. I loved it.
I had Jacksonville's 33 with a double tap. Oh, yes, with Calais Campbell. He had 24. Nice, I planned it. Yeah.
That's good. They might win me my game.
My game is won. Now, I don't want to talk too much trash, but I'm really liking my chances in the division. Anyway, I'm drinking a Dr. Pepper, people. It's good. I love it.
Wouldn't you like to be a Pepper, too? This is
Prime. And the guy in white is Prime. He's a Commish.
With Prime and the Commish, every Monday and Wednesday on Raider Reaction. Drop back deep in the pocket. Let it fly league-wide. Hitting on all the hot league stories. Because on Monday, we're just coming out a week with Sunday. There might be some captain in there, but shh.
It's got a football on it.
That's right.
Got to lace it up.
It's for grip.
Yeah, totally.
It's totally for grip. So, Ravens, put it on the Bengals. The biggest story was how crappy Andy Dalton looked. I'd say that was
Andy Dalton was terrible.
He looked like hot garbage.
He came out, I mean, like, his quarterback rating was a 0.6. A 0.6. That means he did not have a quarterback rating of 1. He didn't have a quarterback rating of 1. It was less than 1. It was 0.6. Andy Dalton had a quarterback rating.
When you stepped out of your car at the facility, you got worse for the day.
Yeah, right.
You should have stayed in the damn car. You did better on your way to work than you did when you got out of the car in the parking lot.
Marvin Lewis is going to be fired every year. He's never fired. And, you know, Cincinnati, I do believe they've got enough talent on that team to recover.
Oh, I don't know.
But it's going to take a lot.
What week will Marvin Lewis be fired? We should start. Ooh, I don't know. When's their bye week? I'm gonna have to look in their bye week. I would say bye week, but I got to see what week that is.
I think he'll make the season. He'll make the season.
I don't know. He's been surprising to make the season for quite a few seasons. It'll be good for one.
They make the playoffs. They just lose. The Bengals always lose first round of the playoffs, but they make them. They get there.
They're rough. They're rough. And they looked rough again. Them poor Bengals. Poor Bengals.
Yep.
All right, moving on. Let's stay in the same division. You had the Steelers at the Browns, which was a much more competitive game than anybody would have thought. That ended up being a pretty damn good game there, actually.
That was, who knew? The Browns came to play. Deshaun Kaiser doesn't look terrible. I mean, he's obviously a rookie. But I mean, oh my gosh. Ben Roethlisberger, Antonio Brown.
20 for 30 is not bad against a solid Steelers defense. That's not bad.
No. But Ben Roethlisberger went 11 for 11 when throwing to Antonio Brown.
Yeah. Yeah, when Antonio Brown gets 182 yards on you, he doesn't have to score touchdowns. That means they're moving the ball up and down the field.
Yep. So.
Yeah. Steelers beat the Browns.
Yep.
TJ Watt. Oh, Santinio, you took it right out of my mouth. TJ Watt looked like a freaking beast. He did look awesome. He was probably the biggest storyline of the game. And we
already talked about, I forgot, we already talked about Houston, but did you see did you hear about JJ Watt's finger?
No, I didn't. What? No.
Like the bone was coming out of his finger. Like you could see it. Yeah. And that happened in the second quarter.
Ew. No.
Nah. Put a little tape on it. Let's do this. JJ Watt.
Rub some dirt on it. It'll be good.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what's in those jeans, but holy smokes. I mean, JJ Watt, TJ Watt comes out. He's like 2 sacks, I believe it was, some tackles. Like, TJ Watt looking like a starting.
Yeah, he was a starter, man. They got him starting in front of Harrison. Harrison's the relief pitcher now. So he looked solid. So moving on, let's jump over into the NFC. We got the Cardinals, Detroit.
Woo! Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford. Earning all that money.
A little tussing on it. That's the worst than everything.
Yeah, that does. That'll heal that finger right up. You going out there and play, son. Yeah. Matthew Stafford threw 5 touchdown passes.
Yes,
one to the other team.
But 5 nonetheless.
Yeah.
Hey man, nobody else threw 4 touchdowns in week 1, right? He was the only one.
I know there are a couple with 3.
Yeah, I think he was the only one. That's why that man is getting paid that money.
Yeah, because you know what? I mean, it's him and Golden Tate. Who else they got on that team? But you know who looked old? Talk about guys looking old. Carson Palmer and Larry Fitzgerald. You know, they'll be Hall of Famer. Larry Fitzgerald will be a Hall of Famer when he retires.
For sure.
Carson Palmer. Is Carson Palmer a Hall of Famer?
No.
I didn't think so.
No. He's a journeyman quarterback.
Well, I mean, he's played for Arizona and the Bengals, right?
The Raiders.
Galladay! 6'4", 200 pounds, man. Galladay looked like a stud receiver up there in Detroit. I'll say that. What's up?
So, yeah. No, he's not a Hall of Famer. Fitzgerald for sure is, but no. Absolutely not. Carson Palmer is not. No. It's not a Hall of Famer. But much like we were mentioning Tom Brady, how Father Time catches up to you, same thing with Carson Palmer and Larry Fitzgerald. It's going to catch up to them eventually anyway. And wide receivers, you lose a little bit of step, man, that's all it takes.
Yeah, you better learn how to run some routes.
Yeah, because you got a 25-year-old defensive back hawking you, who's young, quick, and has studied his entire life. So it's a
Phillip Rivers getting some Bronco in his face right now.
ooh. I don't have it on in here.
Yeah.
I need to have it on in here. I got to get that taken care of by next week.
Yeah. 0-0. Mile High Stadium looking stupid.
It's
rowdy.
too hard for me to focus on that many things. I'm kind of like a cat in that aspect. It'd be like throwing a laser for me. You start putting the game on. You guys will just be sitting here watching me. Yeah, it would be good.
I'll give you updates.
I'll be like, oh, hold on, what's going on? Hold on, they're inside the 20. Hold on a second.
Bolo Tie is angry. Nah, but Detroit, they handled Arizona. And I picked Arizona, I think, to win their division.
I was kind of shocked by that. Arizona did not look great. And, yeah, I was shocked by that. But, hey, good for them. Big win.
Yeah.
For the Lions.
Yeah.
Conference win. And,
yeah.
Good for the Lions. Good for the Lions.
Good for them. All right.
Moving on. Staying in the NFC. Eagles, Redskins.
Wow. The Eagles go on the road, where they were bad last year. They go on, they get a victory in Washington. They beat up on Kirk Cousins a little bit. He didn't get his how you like that going on.
No, there was no how you like that. Not this year. For Mr. Cousins. No how you like that. He was 23 for 40. Not stellar, but Wentz looked good, man. Wentz keeps surprising people. He looks all right. He had a couple passes to Aguilar. It looked solid.
Yeah.
The one when he run around back there and was about to get killed. That was a nice play. Ertz, tight end, 8 receptions.
Zach Ertz. He had a good day. He's on my fantasy squad. You know it.
There you go. Gotta love
there
that.
It is. Mm-hmm.
Garrett Blunt.
Keeping him.
Still.
He is what he is. He is what he is.
He's still toking and pounding that rock, baby.
That's right. Pounding that rock, smoking that tree.
Yeah. LeGarrette Blunt is the poster child for marijuana usage in the NFL. You can smoke weed and win a Super Bowl ring. Look at me.
That's a little over the top, homie.
Hey, ain't that what he did? He gets.
That's what he did. He got suspended for it.
He gets picked up by the Patriots and wins a Super Bowl ring. The same damn year he got popped for smoking weed. Coincidence?
It doesn't mean he can't run the ball.
No, but he is the poster child for being able to smoke and get it done still.
Back in the NBA, there was a man by the name of Sleepy Sam Perkins, and Sleepy Sam was not sleepy, okay, if you catch my drift. You can't play professional sports while under the... Anyway, I'm not going to get into it. So...
We're like way off the road. Hell, get
Philadelphia did good. They were 1-0. They beat Washington at home, so that was solid.
Yeah.
That was solid.
And Kirk Cousins' only real weapon, who is their tight end, Reed, fractures his freaking toe. His big toe.
That's all he does. That's all he does. Reed stays injured. He's gone 6 to 8 games a year. Every year.
Yeah.
If he was a Watt, he'd have rubbed some tussin on that toe and kept on playing.
If he was a Watt, he wouldn't even needed the damn tussin.
He's like, put a shoe on it. Put a shoe on it.
Anyway. I don't care. I'll deal with that when I get home. I'll shower first.
Yeah. He's like, I'm a toe. I'm going to go sit over here and collect these millions.
But Philly looked solid, man. Wentz keeps coming out and looking like he may be their real deal.
Wentz belongs. Wentz belongs. He is a good quarterback. Second year, so, he still has a long way to go, but how about that? Carson Wentz coming out, control the offense. They move the ball. Man, the defense, took apart Cousins. So, yeah, It's a good win for Philadelphia in the division on the road, a place where they struggled last year.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, is it a good win for Philly? Divisional? Nice way to start out the season. They look good, no big injuries, and they move on. Now, can't say the same for the Skins. That was a divisional loss. They lost their big weapon, and that's a tough way to start out the season. So
yeah, but I mean, did anyone really expect a lot out of the Washington team?
I mean, last place, so no.
Yeah, exactly.
It's exactly what I expected them to do.
They lost Pierre Garçon. They lost Deshaun Jackson. They lost anyone who could catch a ball. And is that a dinosaur?
I was thinking the same thing.
Dang it!
At the same time, we're both like, what the hell is that? Is that on the screen?
If you are just tuning in, I am Prime. This is the Commish. This is Ghost to the Post, special edition Raider reaction. Good, Pete.
So now you get us every Monday while you're sitting there watching your Monday Night Football right around halftime. You can listen to them knuckleheads break it down, or you can listen to us. We're much more entertaining.
Oh my gosh. Don't look at it.
So if there's a gator, I'm hoping that doesn't mean there's a gator in my backyard, because I really don't want to have to deal with that tonight.
All right, Bob. Hold on, Bob. All right.
Brian, when the Raiders have first down,
first down.
Do you think the Raiders in Super?
Oh, because they threw the ball.
Threw?
Yeah.
No.
That does make you wonder. I mean, come on. They got beast mode. They got Skittle. Man, they did that.
They did, but the thing was, I think coming down, and what they were going, it was AC/DC, man, for those couple drives, and I think they were feeling it, and they wanted to get another one. I think that was it, They just got in that groove, and it's like, yeah, let's get it. I think that's all it was, so I don't know. Super Bowl on the line? I bet they hand it to Marshawn.
AFC Championship on the line. I bet they hand it to Marshawn.
Man, game on the line. You probably hand it to Marshawn. So.
Yeah.
I would still say they would probably go with that. All righty, jumping over to an AFC-NFC matchup, as you have the LA Rams making their debut. Now, I don't know if you watched, I was watching the NFL Network pregame show before the games on Sunday. And they'd got to a segment where they were all making their bold predictions for week 1. And Kurt Warner comes on there and says, the Rams are going to hang 40 on the Colts today. And everybody just looks at him like, get the hell out of here. He's like, no, Rams are going to hang 40. So when I was watching this game, the highlights, I was like, I'll be goddamn. Are going to hang 40 on the Colts in week 1. And he nailed it. He called it. That was his bold prediction for the day. And hey, man, who would have thunk? So that's the first thing I thought when I saw this score. But the Colts look pathetic.
Oh, they are the worst team in football. You take away Andrew Luck, and they are absolutely the worst team in football. Their offense is terrible. Their defense is terrible. They have a whole lot of nothing. Oh, my gosh. Talk about wasted talent. Wasted talent. Oh, look at the wide receiver there in Indianapolis for the Colts.
T.Y. Hilton.
T.Y. Hilton. Now, I know that boy can play. I know he's good. But, oh, gosh. I mean, who was that? Scott Tolzien? Scott Tolzien?
Tolzien, or whatever the hell his name is. Yeah, Matt.
Tolzien?
Matt Tolzien? So, what the hell is his name?
I thought it was Scott.
Is it Scott? I don't know. It's irrelevant.
Yeah. They are the worst team in football, period.
Unemployed.
The Jets,
that's what his name's going to be soon. Unemployed.
The Jets and the Browns and the 49ers are better than the Colts. The Jets, Browns, and 49ers are all better than the Colts. There's a big run by a Denver running back, number 22.
The Colts are going to be bad. And if they don't get Luck back soon, I don't even know what Luck can do. Luck's not going to change a lot. I mean, what's he gonna do?
Well, Luck is good. He does change it. He's got a cannon for an arm. He makes poor decisions. His neckbeard is injured.
He's great. He's out there. He misfires all over the damn field because he's got a freaking cannon for an arm. He's slinging it all over, and he's got nobody to throw it to. But I guess no running back, no line in front of him. The Colts are going to have a rough season. You can see Pagano. It's pretty bad when they get their ass whipped so bad that Pagano don't even know who whipped his ass. At the press conference, he's like, "Man, the 49ers."
Oh yeah, he was like, he was thanking the 49ers, man.
He was like, dude, he was a deer in headlights. He's like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna get fired." Yeah, that's all he was thinking.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get fired.
He's like watching his career drift away. Is that you, career? Yeah.
I'm gonna get fired. That's all he was thinking the whole game. All righty, moving on. Seattle and Green Bay. God, I watched most of this game. What a boring game this was. Seattle Green Bay game. What a snoozer.
I'm never going to say that the NFL is fixed, but there were two calls in that game that I didn't understand at all. The special teamer gets ejected for throwing a punch that didn't happen. And then there was a block in the back, or at least they called a block in the back.
Yeah. It was screwy. It was screwy.
I mean, Jimmy Graham got robbed. He got molested in the end zone. I mean, it was pass interference if you ever saw it. Not a single flag anywhere. It was strange. It was strange.
It was a weird game. It wasn't a very exciting game, and yeah, it was kind of a snoozer. I wasn't overly impressed by Aaron Rodgers. I really was expecting more out of him. I thought he was going to have a big season this year. I still think he's going to have a big season, but he wasn't. I didn't think he looked that great. And I don't know. It's a big rivalry.
And
it just
Rain City Pitch Pigeons. They didn't score a touchdown. They still can't run the ball. They miss Marshawn Lynch more than anybody. Seattle does. Yeah. That's how. Man, they had that ball control offense and just ran the ball with him. And yeah, dude, now he's been gone. Their offensive line is hot garbage. Period. Yeah. They can't. Yeah. Yeah.
They're not the same team anymore, man. That Super Bowl team's gone, it's disassembled, and they're not the same team anymore. So,
even the defense is getting a little long in the tooth, if you know what I mean. I don't care. Richard Sherman's a punk. He's a punk. Richard Sherman.
He's not my favorite. He's not my favorite either.
Yeah. I mean, he talks more trash, and he does more holding. And then, oh, my gosh. And, yeah, when Jimmy Graham just got, just beat up in the corner of the end zone on a catchable ball. Nothing. Now, I don't have any love or whatever. Those teams are those teams.
Donkeys up 7 over the Chokers. All right.
Ooh.
Thank you, Jim.
All right, Chris. Well, your TV is apparently faster than mine, even though I'm watching it on a computer right now when the game's still tied at 0.
Well, guess what? You're about to see some action there. Keep watching.
Yeah. Well, I hope it's a running play. I hope it's not Trevor Siemian.
As long as it's not purposes. Demaryius Thomas. That's all I need.
So let's get a
moving on, because that game was it was a snoozer. Green Bay takes it. Big game in conference. Yeah. Now, the 49er fans were filing out at halftime of the Carolina 49ers game. It was a freaking ghost town by halftime of that game. They getting the hell out. It was ugliness for the Niners. And yeah, not good. Not good. Cam Newton had a couple touchdowns. He was 14 for 25. But I think the story
not terrible.
Was how bad the Niners were. That's probably more the story.
Yeah,
and then
Carolina's looking to get back to form. And, I mean, the 49ers, we all knew they were going to be bad. They started Brian Hoyer. We knew they were going to be bad. But Carolina's trying to. I mean, last year they went 6-10. And that was after going to the Super Bowl the year before. They're looking to get back to form. And number 16 for the Donkeys catches. Who is that? Fowler the third. I don't even know who that is. Anyway. They got. They're celebrating in the end zone, and they brought back like the team celebration. So I like that part. That's the part of football I enjoy.
I do like that they're letting them dance and do little something in the end zone. I mean, come on, these guys get paid millions and millions of dollars.
These are entertainers.
And their one goal is to do what? Get in the damn
Score.
end zone. And you don't think they're going to be happy when they get there? Let them do whatever they want when they get there. The whole stadium goes crazy when they score anyway. They're not supposed to celebrate. Get the hell out of here. There's 70,000 people screaming. Let them do a dance. Shit. Come on.
I mean, Cam Newton is coming in. He's coming back off the shoulder surgery. So, oh, no.
Oh, Brian.
Oh, man.
Do that.
Yeah. Until he plays, I don't care. He's donating. He's doing a lot of humanitarian stuff. Good for him.
Yeah.
Anyway, not even going to say his name.
No.
But, nope. Cam Newton, though, he's coming back off the shoulder surgery, and he's not – I don't think he's 100%, I mean, he's probably 80%, 85%. I didn't get to see a whole lot of the game, but, I saw some highlights and stuff. He had a good pass to one of his wide receivers, not Benjamin, some other guy, wasn't even Funches. I forget who it was.
Yeah.
Scored a touchdown.
I don't know.
And threw another touchdown pass to his running back. Yeah. Christian McCaffrey got some yards. That's about it.
He looks solid. It was Shepard. Shepard got the touchdown.
Luke Kuechly had an interception. Almost took it to the house.
They look good. The story of the day was it was hard to really gauge them because the Niners looked so bad. And the Niners lost Reuben Foster, their rookie, who was supposed to help them out. Now he's out, and it was bad. It was bad.
Yeah.
So. Now, last night's game, Giants-Cowboys. Another snoozer, man. This was a snoozer of a game for me, too.
Cowboys don't even score a touchdown.
The Cowboys can't score. The Giants
Giants couldn't even score a touchdown.
No, it was just a bad game. It was not exciting to watch, and it was a snoozer, a real snoozer.
I still don't understand why they let Ezekiel Elliott play one game and then he's going to be suspended.
No, now they're saying he's probably going to play the whole season, and it's going to end up like Tom Brady. It's going to be in court. That just means he'll be suspended for 6 games next year. Yes, it's going to get prolonged, and it's I don't know what's going on with it yet, but it's stupidness. If you're going to suspend the guy, suspend the guy. If you're not, you're not. But make up your freaking mind and quit.
Well, no, they take it to court. It's like Tom Brady. Tom Brady just kept taking it to court, the Court of Appeals, take it to the next Court of Appeals. I mean, did it go to the friggin' oh my gosh, no, it didn't go to the Supreme Court. It didn't. No.
I don't think
no. But I mean, I felt like it got close. Like Tom Brady just kept taking it, and finally he's like, all right, I'll serve my 4 games. I got light balls, whatever.
Yeah.
I just wanted Rex Ryan to cuss. I was just hoping Rex Ryan would just unleash F-bombs.
It's still early yet. Give him time. So, that was the snoozer of the game. Cowboys couldn't score, and the Giants just looked terrible. Now, tonight...
the Giants couldn't score. They didn't even score any touchdowns. But I do think Odell Beckham Jr. would actually help that team immensely. Like, he's the man who makes things go. He wanted to be the highest paid player in the NFL. He wants to be. And he might be that guy.
Last night.
Because, I'm sorry, Odell Beckham Jr. catches everything around him. 1 hand, 2 hands, no hands. He catches it. Doesn't matter.
Brandon Marshall did not do jack last night, and his
Because Father Time is undefeated. That's why Brandon Marshall didn't do jack last night. Well, and they've got no one to fear. They got that rookie tight end. Rookie tight end didn't do anything. Oh, there's the ball. The ball's on the ground. Fumble-aya, Fumble-rooski.
Fumble-rooski.
Chargers recover. The
Chokers with the ball. All right, so moving on from that game, let's jump on over to the games that happened tonight.
Yeah.
New Orleans, Minnesota. The story was, Adrian Peterson coming back to Minnesota week 1 after they cast him off, and
yeah. I mean, like, I heard part of the first half. I had to work, so I didn't get to see much of that game. I saw the second half. But in the first half, I did listen to it on the radio for a little while at work, and they were saying Adrian Peterson hasn't lost a step, but he's barely played since the first couple series, Yep. And I'm like, okay. Yeah. So.
I don't know how he fits in their plan, man. I don't know how he fits in their plan, but it didn't look like he fit in very well. And
right. Because, I mean, that's the only thing about Adrian Peterson, and that's he's not much of a receiver. So,
and I would like to, just like to ask
Bradford.
Latavius Murray. I would like to ask Latavius Murray how you like that. How you like your role on your new team when you didn't want to stick around with the Raiders and you barely seen the field. Dalvin Cook has your job.
Dalvin Cook looked pretty good.
Yeah,
but
Sam Bradford fumbles on his first play from scrimmage.
Was Sam Bradford's performance tonight? Never mind. I was looking at divisional quarterbacks there for a second, and I was thinking Sam Bradford.
He had a pretty good game, man. 27 for 32, 346, and 3 touchdowns. That's pretty damn good, man.
It's balling out of control right there.
Yeah. Latavius Murray had a stat line of 2 for 6 for 3 yards. 2 completions, 6 attempts, 3 yards.
What? 2 attempts.
2 receptions. What? 2 receptions, 6 yards, or 6 attempts, rushing attempts for 3 yards. So he caught 2 passes, 6 rushes, 3 yards. So that's 0.5 a rush.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't matter. The only rookie record, what's his face? Hunt for Kansas City. He broke the rookie record for most yards in a pro debut. Kareem Hunt. So I'm glad Dalvin Cook did a record for yards as a rookie, but oh no.
Yes. So he did have a fumble. His first attempt. Bob, I caught that. So obviously, the game that we didn't touch on, which we'll touch on briefly, it was the Raiders-Titans. Now, tomorrow, you get an entire hour, and I'm going to break down an entire game during the Raider Nation report of the Titans-Raiders. So
we kind of talked about it at the beginning.
We touched on it at the beginning, yes, but we didn't go.
A little bit.
But you will get an in-depth breakdown of that game tomorrow, everything Raiders, a whole hour of that. So make sure you tune in tomorrow for the Raider Nation report. Solid hour with yours truly. But so the last game we got it going on right now, and that's the Donkeys Chokers game. What is it? 7-0 Donkeys right now?
Yeah, 7-0. The orange team, and oh man, a Charger wide receiver getting crunched. Does he get up? Oh, they went to a commercial.
That means he didn't get up.
Yep.
That's what that means.
Yep.
It means he didn't get up.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. So, we're up against it, Prime. And
what?
We will see Prime back with us on Wednesday for another edition of Ghost of the Post. We will get you ready and start talking about all the matchups and all the news for Week 2 as the season.
Oh, dang, dude.
What?
It's over. It's over already.
It's over. That's why I was trying to push you through the games, because we would
Oh, my bad.
it.
My bad. Dude, I'll talk football for hours. Don't care.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm saying. There's so much juice right now. It's going to be hard to get it all squeezed in an hour. Where it's the other way around. It was the other way around. So, it's over.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is over.
So that is it for Ghost to the Post with Prime and the Commish for your Monday. Got our take on all the games, broke them down all for you. Tomorrow, Raider Nation Report with yours truly. And Prime will be back with us again on Wednesday and be bringing the Prime Cut and getting us ready
Prime cut.
for Thursday.
Week 1 prime cut, ladies and gentlemen.
And
Week 1 prime cut.
Yes, sir. Here we go.
Get it.
All right. We'll see Prime back again on Wednesday. Thank you for joining us, Prime, as always. Tomorrow, the Raider Nation Report with the Commish. Solid hour of everything silver and black. This is a special in-season Raider Nation Report. This is how they will all be the rest of the season. So you haven't seen one like this yet. So make sure you tune in tomorrow. So it's going to be every Tuesday. You're going to get, let's just say we're really going to dig deep into the game. So make sure you tune in tomorrow. Raider Nation Report with the Commish every Tuesday. Breaking down the entire game. And then we start to touch on, get you ready for the week before, coming up. Although, we really get you ready on the Raider Nation Ricochet on Thursday with NorCal Raider Rick on the upcoming game. So most of this last game will be spent on breakdown and performances of the guys that the games they just played. Thank you, Autumn Angel. And thank you, everybody, for joining me tonight. I always appreciate any second anybody spends with me. I know, obviously, on these Monday night shows, the numbers are going to be down a little bit because a lot of people watching football. So I'm up against live football. But so nothing says you can't listen to me while you're watching the game. So come on. You listen to me in Prime. We're going to be right around halftime of the Monday night games. So we're still going to keep bringing you Ghost to the Post every Monday and Wednesday on Raider Reaction completely through the season, because there's just too much action going on, man. There's just too much action. So make sure you join me tomorrow, Raider Nation Report, Wednesday, for another Ghost to the Post. And then Thursday, NorCal Raider Rick, JP, T-Well, and then Black Friday, the new game this week, preparing a new game. So, as always, thanks for joining me, my normal band of pirates and anybody new. I'm out. Tomorrow, all silver and black. Raider Nation Report. I'm out. Peace, love, Raider Nation.